How to find your purpose in under 5 minutes. In this video, I'm going to be giving you an unconventional approach, which is going to take you from not knowing at all what you want to do in your life to actually having some direction to be able to figure that out and to do it in under 5 minutes. Okay, so let's get right into it. So before we get into the how part, right, how to find your purpose, I want to let you know 3 things about this process of finding your purpose that are completely crucial, and you have to confront these facts before you even start this process, okay? The first step, the first thing that you need to know for finding your purpose is that it will never reveal itself to you all at once. Okay, it's not like you will just be sitting in a Starbucks one day on your computer and it's just gonna hit you that this is what I want to do with my life. And it's just all gonna make sense and then it's a happily ever after kind of thing. That's not gonna happen. Your purpose always presents itself to you just one step at a time. It's like this breadcrumb trail that you have to have the courage to follow. Because some steps on this breadcrumb trail are gonna be steps that require courage for you to actually capitalize on them, right? Certain opportunities will present themselves, certain ideas will come to you, which will challenge your fears, which will challenge your comfort zone. And you're gonna have to go past that comfort zone in order to get to the next step. So see, this is the problem with most people where it's like, they don't want to take those steps and go outside of their comfort zone. And for that reason, the next step never presents itself to them. And so they're here waiting for like this big revelation moment that, okay, once it makes sense, once I know everything, then the journey will just make sense entirely, right? However, that's never the case. You can ask anybody in any profession, anybody that's truly living aligned with their purpose. Your purpose will always just come to you one step at a time, and you have to have the courage, the initiative to actually just go for it. Not knowing if the second step will present itself, but having the courage to go capitalize on this current step regardless. And then through that confidence, the second step always presents itself. Now, the second step, and the second thing that you need to know is that, and this is the part where we're creating an unconventional approach to finding our purpose, is that there's nothing to find. Your purpose is not a destination that lies somewhere in the future, okay? Your purpose is not something that you get to. Your purpose is actually something that you're coming from. Okay, that is a big shift that I want you to really start taking seriously now. Because a lot of people are like, okay, I'm here, my purpose is over there, and I have to go find it. I have to go on this journey to find my purpose. I was the same way, trust me, until very recently. Okay, but recently what I've been realizing and learning is that your purpose is where you are coming from in every single moment. Moment by moment, where are you living from? Are you aligned with your passion, what you enjoy? What is the most authentic version of you in this moment? So little by little, your life becomes an expression, a direct reflection of your purpose through which you're living. And then to the outsiders, it looks like, oh, he just found his purpose, but that's not true. You never really found your purpose. You actually were just living from your purpose. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. But living from your purpose, not thinking of it as a destination. And then the journey unfolds. The journey to what? Nothing really, just a more detailed version of your calling. The more you act on your authentic self through your vision, right? The more of that authentic self presents itself to you. So you're just kind of revealing to yourself more of who you are, but you have to act on the current moment through that authentic self. And this is the problem where most people are in paths and careers and whatnot that are not aligned with what they enjoy, what they're passionate about, hoping to one day find their purpose so that they can actually do what they enjoy. But see, the doing what you enjoy has to come first, even if it's just for a few moments a day, even if it's just for a couple of hours a day or a week. If you don't embark on that path and live through your purpose, through what you truly want to do in life, then it can never present itself to you, okay? So that is very crucial to understand. Now, number 3, the last one is that it does not matter how old you are. I don't care how old you are watching this video. It is relevant for you to find your purpose. A lot of older people have this misconception is that like, okay, now that I'm already, 40, 50 years old and I'm already invested in a certain type of life, in a certain type of career for all my life, it doesn't make sense for me to find my purpose because I might have to leave everything else, or it's just not relevant for me anymore. This is for the kids in the 20s and 30s. That's not true at all. Your purpose is the only thing that matters. It is your most natural expression in this lifetime. So if you're not expressing that, then what are you expressing? What are you living for? Then you will always just chase objects and money and things that will ultimately bring you no happiness because that's not your true path. However, the objects and the money and the things that you may desire on other paths will come to you more naturally when you are on the path to your purpose. So it does not matter how old you are watching this. Know that it is very relevant for you to find your purpose no matter where you are in your journey, how old you are, what you have, what you don't have. Okay? So get rid of that limiting belief. So now we get to the part of how to actually find this purpose, right? How to find it from within you and start living through it. So we're going to use that principle of how the purpose is not a destination, right? So if the purpose is not a destination and you can't come upon a revelation of this is my purpose, then how do you go about this process? The process is so simple that your mind may not even be satisfied with the answer. It's truly just to start doing right now what you are passionate about and what you enjoy doing. See, like, again, this is, and I know you've heard this before, but it's like your mind doesn't want to accept it. Your mind thinks that there has to be a more complicated answer to this simple problem of you not knowing yourself. But the solution is as simple as the problem. Okay, so in this moment, what do you want to do? What do you find joy in at this current phase of your life? Right? What are you at all passionate about? That is the path of your purpose. Your purpose just becomes like this bigger picture, but on a little moment by moment basis, it is all unfolded to you by you acting on your joy. Because the path of your purpose is the path of your greatest happiness. It is the path of your most authentic self. And your path of most authentic self is a path that feels good to you. It is a path in which you truly are passionate about what you are doing. So those aren't things that you have to wait for. That's something that you have to act on now, and then it unfolds. And then it develops into something, into something, until you have something tangible. So to give you an example, and actually before I even give you the example, I want to make sure that you don't make this mistake. When you are thinking about, okay, what am I passionate about in this moment? Don't automatically think about, okay, how am I going to make money doing this? That is the biggest obstacle to anybody finding their purpose. I'm telling you right now, if you constantly just automatically think about how am I going to make money doing this or how am I going to make a living doing this, you've already lost it. That will come to you because it is an important part of life, right? It will come to you, but you have to only focus on right now doing what you love and practicing it every single day, getting better at it, doing it more and more. And then ways and means and opportunities to monetize that very thing will come into your life. Just look at what I'm doing right now, okay? So to give you that example, when I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life and I had graduated college, right? Didn't have any job, didn't apply to any job because I wanted to find my purpose. All I knew was I just loved to read and I just loved self-betterment. And at that time I was like, okay, how am I going to make money doing this, right? And so it became an obstacle for me too at that time. But I just kept doing it. And like the only thing I was like, okay, the only step that has presented itself to me right now, the only thing that I know that I'm passionate about is just reading and learning and self-development. And so literally I just dedicated my days to that. I would just do that all day. That's all I cared about, right? So that's all I was passionate about. That's all that brought me joy. So that's all I did. And then eventually it developed into something, which developed into something else. But you have to let go of how am I going to make money doing this? See, Personal Mastery Quest didn't exist when I wanted to find my purpose. Me being able to make money from doing what I loved, the idea of it didn't even exist. The opportunity of it didn't even exist when I was looking for my purpose. because it can't present itself to you. It can't come into your awareness until you actually develop your passion and you start acting on it moment by moment by moment. So in the beginning, it was just like, okay, I just love to read, I just love to learn. And then eventually I was like, okay, I'll make a blog and I'll start writing. And even if you go look back at my old blog posts, they are so bad. But like, that's the thing. It didn't matter because I wasn't doing it for any result. I was doing it to make my life the most authentic expression of me in that moment, not projecting some future, sometime later down the road. So every blog post, every book that I read, every video that I made eventually when I hopped up onto YouTube was just unfolding to me and making it more and more clear to me my purpose. My purpose even today, I don't know what it is, but it's in alignment with what I'm doing right now. See, every moment, even now, I don't necessarily know my bigger purpose, but every moment, even now, I'm just acting on my joy. I'm just acting on my passion. And the ways to make money present itself. The ways to be supported present itself. In the beginning, you have to have more courage. However, even later on in the journey, you're going to always have courage to act on the current step, not knowing if the next step will present itself. But it all comes down to how you feel about what you want to do, how you feel about what you're doing in this moment. So see, for this process, you cannot be using your thoughts. There is no thoughts in this process of what am I passionate about? Okay, because this is all conditioned. This is all just mental chatter that will lead you nowhere. That will just end up making you think about money and, how am I going to make this happen, blah, 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 all your limits. To act on your most authentic self in this moment and find your purpose, you have to always just resort to your feelings. How do I feel about what I'm doing right now? How does this feel to me? How does this activity feel to me? And you're looking for passion and joy. Whatever activity or things that are in your life right now or were a part of your life in the background, in the past, whatever brought you passion and joy, just start exploring those activities. Do more of them. So even if it's like, I just like to play sports. Okay, just start playing sports more. Don't block that off because it's like, okay, I can never make money doing it. Just let go of focusing on your limits entirely and focusing on the thoughts about this process entirely. All that matters is doing what you love. Little by little, as you develop it, now it starts to become something else. Resort to your feelings, get rid of the thoughts. Whatever feels good to you is more aligned with the path of your purpose because that's the path of your true happiness and the path of your greatest service as well. And whatever feels bad to you, whatever feels boring to you even, whatever feels neutral to you is not in alignment with who you truly are. Okay? It's very important that you resort to your feelings, not your thoughts. And now lastly, if you have absolutely no idea what you're even passionate about, in the rare case, I still get some people that are like, I don't know what I'm passionate about. Fine. Then your job is to simply start to develop yourself. On the path of self-betterment, self-development, when you are working to be your best self physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, the passions will reveal themselves to you. This is what happened to me, and this is actually something that I read recently in a book that also made a lot of sense to me because it was my experience too. Once you start to work on yourself and you start to literally try to become your best self and dedicate your entire life to self-betterment, your natural passions start to come forth. Your life starts to become more authentic. Your life starts to move forward faster. Things start to manifest faster. And then you start to automatically build more confidence and courage to act on whatever current step presents itself to you, whatever inspiration or passion presents itself to you. Okay, so if you don't know what you're passionate about, start with self-betterment. That is your passion now. And through that, your real passion will start developing. And it may just even be something like this, what I'm doing, like self-betterment, spirituality, teaching. But along with the group that doesn't know their passion, even if you do know your passion, start the path of self-betterment regardless. Every single day, work on being better physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And through that, your purpose will move forward faster. It will develop faster. You will learn more about yourself faster. Okay, so self-development and knowing that your purpose isn't a destination, it's something where you're coming from. Moment by moment, what is something that brings you joy? Do that, express that, be that, and you will find your purpose. All right. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up and please share this video with someone who is trying to find their purpose. All right. But other than that, subscribe to this channel and I will see you in the next video.